Here we go. Hot off the presses, Fall of the Crystal Empire, presented to us from the incredible animators at Silly Philly Studios. Let's do this. Greetings, every peoples. This is your cult personality, ToonKriticY2K's name. Toon's is the name of my game, and I'm also joined with all these lovely people here to talk about this recent fan animation that may or may not throw some headcanons for a loop. So please introduce yourselves.
I'm Eliyora. Nice to meet everyone. I don't know, that sounded good. Shut up.
I'm the Looney Turtle, a voice that you cannot see represented on screen.
I'm Past Analysis. You know me.
Maybe.
And I'm Golden Fox. That's all I need to say.
Yeah, because you're like super Mr. Popular over here.
Not necessarily. I just do reviews of episodes, and that's it. So what else is there for me to say?
We all do reviews and stuff.
Yeah.
Are you kidding me?
What?
Fucking airplane!
The airplane wants to contribute to the review too. It's just gonna crash at your house.
Yeah, we want to talk about it too.
Hi!
But yeah, Fall of the Crystal Empire. It's been a few days after its initial release. We couldn't get it out right when it came out. We're not Dr. Wolf.
Yeah.
But yeah, this was a really interesting animation to say the least. We've been waiting for this about 9 months or so.
Yeah, no, I've really been waiting for this one. It's probably the most hyped one I've been waiting for out of all of them. So, really happy that it came out.
Boom.
Even that. I wasn't that pumped for that one.
So
I wasn't really all that hyped about it, but I was like, okay, let's see what Silly Philly Studios will do next time.
This is a pretty simple sort of round table review. We're going to go around. I'm going to go last because that's usually what I do. So, if you watch my post commentaries, you probably know how this goes, but I'm going to kick things off by starting with, we spin the wheel. If we had a wheel animation, we'd start, but like a friggin' Wheel of Fortune wheel that has everybody's faces on it and then random stuff.
Choose somebody!
Fuck it. Okay, fine. Well, since you offered. Ladies first.
If ponies had fingers, I'd be flipping you off right now.
Well, you got a horn.
Yeah, I can gouge his eye out.
Yeah, but I can fly away before you can get to me.
Ooh.
I can pin you down, motherfucker.
I would be claiming racist, but he's a Pegasus, so, it doesn't matter.
Anyway, Eliyora, go right ahead.
Sorry.
Joke.
Oh my god, Mom, shut up. I'm sorry. No, like I said, I wasn't super hyped about this animation because like anyone else, I'll hear about stuff before it gets released, but I don't go like, oh my god, I need to see this now. Maybe because I don't do that is why I don't get disappointed by shit real easy. The animation was pretty good, not as good as some other stuff as Silly Philly has produced in the past, but it was pretty good for the amount of time that they had worked on it. The story was actually pretty decent as well. I would have liked it if it had been expanded upon a little bit more, but what they did give was sufficient.
Mm-hmm. Yeah.
It would have been nice had they tried to I think the little stuff that they could have added just a little bit more, even a little bit more detail to the story, maybe clear up the ending a little bit, but I don't know, I think it's really fine the way it is.
Yeah, if I had to give anything in terms of the story, I think maybe they dragged on a little bit with the dialogue between Luna and Sombra, and maybe you could make that a little bit more concise. Because I feel like some things were repeated a couple times. But in general, I think that the problems I had with it is like one line, so it's not.
At least he
not
never said unlimited power.
Like you really needed a line like that.
So what did I guess I
Okay.
should give what I thought? Oh,
She wasn't
okay.
finished, damn.
Okay.
Damn fast.
Jeez, you at least gotta let the lady finish before you... Wait. No,
Shut up.
never
Shut
mind.
up.
I'm not finishing that.
I fucking still got my flamethrower. You can't fly high enough to get away from that.
She's got a point there.
But I honestly was a little disappointed with Celestia's part, if I'm going to be honest. She was severely underused. Not unusual for MLP in general, but it was if it was supposed to be a focus on the fight between the sisters and Sombra, Celestia went down way too easy.
Yeah, in this case, it should have just been Luna versus Sombra. You just change the title to Princess Luna versus King Sombra, and then you'd have a little bit more accurate title.
Yeah, not so much for Princess Sunbutt.
I'm kind of curious with that because I feel like one of the things it's saying because of that is that Luna is significantly stronger than Celestia. I think that's pretty interesting to put that in.
She's
Say
got
that-
the whole darkness thing going on with her.
Yeah, but the sun was still eclipsed by the moon, so just saying.
Yeah.
Or it was
Yeah.
shrouded in darkness. Because Luna didn't really beat Celestia.
Not really.
Yeah.
No, but I mean, I'm just saying that their overall power, it seems that Luna was more powerful than Celestia, at least according to this headcanon, this video. And I think that kind of helps with the Season 4 premiere, because Celestia was really quick to use the elements of harmony. Like, really, really quick. And this would maybe give some reason behind that, because she knew, or she at least believed, that she was not as strong as Luna, especially when Luna was, like, in her, evil Nightmare Moon state.
You know what that kind of reminds me of? That kind of reminds me of bringing a gun to a knife fight, you know? Because that's
Don't
basically
say
what... In a sense, if you think about it, Luna had all this unlimited power. I can't believe I actually said unlimited power. Luna had a very strong amount of power, and all Celestia had to do was just pull out the Deus Ex Machina elements of harmony, and it still reminds me of that one scene. Okay, if you guys have seen Indiana Jones, it's like that one scene where this big, bad guy with a sword comes out, and Indiana just takes out his gun and shoots him in the face. That's the equivalent, I think, to what happened there.
Yeah, and it all just comes down to Celestia knowing that she wouldn't be able to beat Nightmare Moon unless she did that.
Man, that's like the golden gun that can just kill anything in one shot.
It is completely the golden gun. Like, and all villains are doomed to being blown away by it.
Pretty
Gentlemen,
much. Yes?
can I continue, please?
Continue, please, Eliyora.
Return?
Sorry.
Nah, but as I said, Celestia did go down too easy. But I like that Luna, even when she freaking got hit by the dark magic, didn't go down. But talking about Luna and the dark magic, I liked seeing the dark magic affect her differently than it did others, because
What is that noise?
Who is eating? Who is eating during this review?
I was crushing a bottle. The recording won't hear that. Oh, dear.
Looney, are you alive?
Yes! For some
Frigging-
reason it cut
that
out.
was you, wasn't it?
Yeah, I was crushing a water bottle.
Ah,
Yeah. Anyways.
never mind. Continue.
No, but I liked seeing the magic affect Luna differently than it did Celestia, because darkness and light are going to be affected by different magics differently. That's just common sense. And it also freaking made it out to be that Sombra was inadvertently responsible for the birth of Nightmare Moon.
Yeah. And I think that headcanon has been around for quite some time. Ever since the Crystal Empire, I think that was suggested.
Yeah.
Yeah.
It's a good start, I think, for something like this to trigger all that darkness inside of Luna. Luna went badass with all the magic that she had. She had some, like, arcane magic, and she had, like, the scythe, and she was all badass, and...
I like how the transformation was slow.
Yeah.
That sword was kick-ass. I love that sword. Her Luna sword, dang. They did a good design.
Wait, who died?
By the power of the moon, I shall vanquish you. Ha 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 ha.
Or at least by the power of the moon, somebody died again.
Yes, Golden Fox.
That's alright.
Let's continue without him. Oh, wait, he's back.
I'm still here.
Okay.
He didn't go anywhere.
Well, he was having...
He died, whatever.
I'll drop it.
Whatever. And at the end, when Luna was trying to explain to Celestia what happened, I wonder, with the way that Luna was talking and how when Celestia formed her own conclusion, Luna didn't say another word, makes me... Who's echoing?
Fuck, I didn't do anything.
God damn it. Somebody was echoing. Anyway, it made me wonder if maybe Luna... It made me wonder if maybe Luna was somehow responsible for the banishing of the Crystal Empire while under the influence of the dark magic.
I think that is what they were trying to say.
So what is it, like Luna is the reason that the Crystal Empire is gone?
Yep.
That was what it seemed like.
Well,
yeah, they may have refuted several things in this, because one thing that I noticed they definitely refuted is that Celestia said that they turned Sombra into a shadow. Well, Sombra had that ability here. That's how he defeated Luna. Like, Luna was charging at him, and he, like, spread it into the smoke and got her that way. So this fan animation has refuted a couple things from the original episode.
it's just another headcanon, really. It's not like it's saying, "Oh, this is actually what happened." It's just an interpretation of that. But but people only get into arguments when they decide, "Oh, this is canon. I'm going to put this in my head canon." No, it doesn't work. You're doing this wrong. Oh, that pisses me off when some people do that.
Wait, do what?
Okay, it's
assume someone's head canon is their own canon is the fact, and there's nothing else that matters.
Yeah, and then they try to enter their own headcanon. So like, nope, my headcanon is real, yada yada yada. I saw that so much in season 4 when people were dropping headcanons left and right. They're saying, "Oh, well, mine just got disproved. Oh, mine is confirmed. Yes, I knew I was right." It's just theories about a damn show for Technicolor ponies. Calm the fuck down.
Yeah, tell that to Texrax after his belief of whether or not Star Swirl is Discord.
I kind of think that he probably overplays it. I don't think that he really cares about it that much.
Yeah, well, he plays up every sort of emotion. He just likes to piss people off.
Pretty much.
Anything else you want to add, Eliyora?
No, because I'm sorry, I lost count of how many times I was interrupted, and as such, lost track of what I was saying.
Is this a discussion, or are we just going to go like very, very strict here, and one person says one thing and then another, and we have no conversation? What are we doing?
You're cutting me off in the middle of sentences, man.
Well, I don't know when you're done.
It worked better when I was doing my post commentaries. Jesus.
Sorry.
No, this is getting a little
dysfunctional. Worked about the same way, let's be honest.
Yeah, sorry?
Worked about the same way in post-com, let's be honest.
It's at least we get our thoughts out there. Anyway, who's gonna go next? Let's spin the wheel, and we're gonna go to... I just realized there are 2 orange ponies here.
Wow, you're slow.
2 orange... Oh, yeah, no. Oh, yeah, that's it.
Put them together, we can get a nice caramel sundae.
Nice.
Put them on top of you, we got caramel and strawberries.
What?
Or some golden
What?
On
pasta.
top of Eliyora, we have a chocolate strawberry.
So, who is next?
Let's
For
go
that one,
with
Fox is going next. I speak it, it is so.
Fox is going next then.
All right. Your freaking display subductively looking at me.
That wheel's gonna be useless.
Anyways, in order to summarize my thoughts on the fall of the Crystal Empire in a comedic nutshell, My Little Pony meets Ridley Scott's Gladiator meets Dragon Ball Z, directed by Michael Bay. But in all actuality, I do enjoy a lot of the action scenes, which to me takes the majority of this project compared to the story, which is still existent, but it's just on the sidelines of explaining what the action is all about.
Yeah.
Which is fine. To me, I think this was Silly Philly's attempts to put their own theory into a story based on that theory, or headcanon, if I were to find the term, of what connections there are between the events of King Sombra and the events of Nightmare Moon, which, in a sense, is kind of fine, but I think there may have been some parts that may have been left questionable, or maybe I just didn't see it clearly. The ending scene when Sombra is put to an end, it's left in an ambiguous way where we're to assume that maybe this was their attempt to show how Sombra was casted into the shadow or whatnot, but Celestia and Luna actually did that, according to what Celestia explained in the Crystal Empire episode.
Yeah. Yep.
So, I won't say it was an incorrect headcanon or anything like that, but at least so whereabouts, something that would encourage Luna and her Nightmare Moon powers that would have been encouraged later down the line.
Yeah.
But
Maybe some of the ideas that were given here can still be true, but the execution of it, how they did a couple things with Sombra turning into a shadow, that stuff, at least according to the show, isn't true.
I'll just say this, though. Those kind of powers, the way Sombra was portrayed in this, comes off more believable, obviously, than his TV show counterpart. But if we had a villain like this, I think this would almost top T-Rex.
yeah.
That's a bit of a stretch. T-Rex a motherfucker.
I think, in terms of being well played, I think. What?
Nothing.
I tend to believe that Sombra is already better than T-Rex, so
At least Sombra gets a little bit more characterization. People seem to care more about Sombra in fan art and all this other stuff than T-Rex. And
Yeah, well, frickin' in the show, Sombra literally was nothing but a shadow.
But here, you have him a lot more developed. The comics have done a better job developing Sombra than the fucking TV show, and I don't get that. I don't get why we couldn't get something like this dark,
because
to show up in the show.
Because Megan McCarthy wanted to write the character as an influence of Sauron from Lord of the Rings, as to be a mysterious figure of, ooh, he's here, beware, ooh.
I'm sorry, Megan, you didn't do a good enough job.
There are inferences that you can make from what Sombra did in the Crystal Empire. There are inferences, for example, that dude was a planner. Even when he wasn't there, he planned all these things that were set up thousands of years ago. He set them up, and it still it still was close. And that's what I think is interesting, is that, wow, that dude was a planner. He really, really, really,
we get it, past. He's a notebook.
Fuck, yeah.
You're hammering it into our heads.
Anyway, Fox, you may continue. Sorry.
Sorry.
I can understand why the lack of screen time with Princess Sunbutt was a bit of an issue. Sorry, Celestia.
If you ever meet Nicole Oliver, I dare you to say that to her face.
Oh, God. It'd be like Princess Celestia all over again.
Oh, God.
Anyways, despite the... I can understand the lack of screen time with Princess Celestia, because it's supposed to be more about the sisters fighting than just Luna fighting. In addition, when I saw the original trailer, the focus was directly on Celestia and Sombra. Now, I wasn't exactly sure what it was going to be about. I thought that this was like an opening sequence of something that happens inside the head of Princess Celestia and the kind of fear she's dealing with on Nightmare Moon. But disregarding that, the lack of screen time with Celestia and being taken down so easily is more concern as to how the fans would perceive Celestia as. I mean, I'm not saying this is official canon or any of that random garbage that we said earlier about headcanons. But I think it would have been nice to have something a little more towards what Celestia is capable of and not just Luna. Granted, I'm a huge Luna fan, but it'd be nice to see something a little more balanced.
You're a Luna fan. Really? I never would have guessed Sunbutt hater.
I don't hate Celestia. I don't hate her. So
That's okay. Luna can raise my moon anytime.
I
Anyway.
thought she did regularly anyway.
but to sum it up, I still liked it. There are just a couple of things that are left to be, just some things that I feel are a little questionable, but not overwhelming. So I'll just end it with that.
All right. Fox, why don't you pick who goes next?
Passed.
All right.
I get it, he's gone twice now.
Well, I think it's pretty obvious at this point. I loved this. Granted, I see that there are some problems in this fan animation, but for the most part, I enjoyed it thoroughly. I thought I really liked the designs that they gave for Celestia and Luna, like that armor and like the weapons. Damn, that was good.
Not to mention the helmet.
Yeah, the helmet. Yeah, I'm definitely into RPGs and all that stuff, and this was just right up my alley. Especially Luna's sword. Love that sword.
I was getting some Final Fantasy vibes from it, honestly.
I was about to say My Little Pony meets Final Fantasy or something.
My Little Fantasy or Final Pony or I don't know.
I don't know where those. Luna was making tons of circular symbols in it. I don't know where.
That's arcane magic, isn't it?
Yeah, those were supposed to be arcane runes.
Yeah,
Oh,
it pretty much reminds me of Full Metal Alchemist right there.
Yeah.
And
Which also uses arcane runes.
Still haven't seen it.
Okay.
But also, what I really liked here is that I am a huge Sombra fan. He's my second top antagonist besides Sons of Shimmer. So, yeah,
You're gonna have so many people disagreeing with you.
I know, and I'm aware of that.
But their own.
Let the flaming commence.
I just think that Sombra is. I really think he's an interesting character here, and I love how he kind of toys with both of them. Because even though he's not in Alicorn, he acts as if he's above them, and he is pretty knowledgeable. He's really holding his own. And unless Luna didn't throw that mystery ball at the very end, he would have won. He would have completely annihilated them. So I think that was pretty awesome. I think that I just love the interactions between Celestia, Sombra, and Luna. Now, commenting on the whole, that Celestia was kind of underused comparing to Luna, I actually think that kind of worked because I feel like it was trying to look more.
Did we lose
Even
him?
with the small amount of time that they gave to Celestia, I feel. Oh, sorry. What did you hear last?
Let's see. You were talking about why you liked how Celestia was underused, I believe.
Oh, okay. Yeah. I think that she definitely was underused, but I think that with what they did, I think that it still kind of it had enough narrative importance in it. Because it showed that Celestia, one of the big things she feared, her equivalent at that time to, let's say, Twilight's fear vision she had in the Crystal Empire was Luna betraying her. So it's interesting that they included that. I thought that generally just that alone really kind of put in a lot of context, really kind of put in where Celestia's part in the story comes into. And it was short, but I think it added all that it needed to add. And I would kind of maybe diminish a bit of the things in the Luna section. I feel like the dialogue between Sombra and Luna was just a tad bit too much. I feel like he said the word sister a lot, and Sombra did, and I feel like they could have made that a little bit better. Just a minor gripe, but besides that, I think that the animation, like, I don't have high standards when it comes to animation. I admit that. I really enjoyed the fighting, especially Luna's fight with Sombra. That was pretty kick-ass. So, yeah, and getting back to the point of this being a headcanon, what I think is nice about this is that it's not I think it's a reasonable headcanon. Like, the things that they pose aren't things that are like, whoa, that's really, really out there. I feel that it's something that maybe, I mean, I don't think they'll ever come back to this point in the show, but if they did, I think that this would be something that DHX might be open to doing, like having it be that there was a connection between Sombra and Nightmare Moon. But that's just what I think.
Hopeful thinking.
Hopeful thinking, yes.
All right, and I guess that leaves Looney for me.
The turtle
hold on a minute.
speaks.
Hello, it was an animation. It was pretty nice.
One sec, I have an actual... I have notes, but I didn't open them.
So unprepared, Jesus.
Gosh, sorry. Yeah, I don't remember where it is. Dang it. I liked how the animation showed an interesting headcanon. It would never be able to fit into the official canon. They'd have to change too much. But the battle was pretty nice. It wasn't up to what I'm used to in the show, but, you know, that's besides the point. This is Silly Philly Studios.
It was good animation, at least compared to what we saw, like, with the battle with Tyrek.
Yeah.
Only this was
Well,
better.
you're not going to measure up to what it was with the battle with Tyrek. I mean, good God.
Yeah.
My little pony ball Z.
Pony Ball Z, coming soon.
Ponyball Z GT Budokai Tenkaichi Assault on Attacks on Tight. I don't fucking know.
Every goddamn name we can come up with. So, this animation showed a Sombra that should have been. In the show, I felt that, you know, we were given a lot of context. He is intelligent, he knows what he's doing, but what we saw of him, the actual being, it was a disappointment.
God.
Well, what was the sigh for?
God damn it with these freaking motors.
I don't hear a motorcycle.
I don't
We
hear
can't,
anything.
we can't hear anything, Ellie.
That fucking motorcycle was fucking loud. It must have been on another street.
Yeah. In the show,
Sorry.
Sombra, not that good in appearance, but there's a lot of context. This one, it shows his clever thinking, his silver tongue, and I like that they did that. It's the Sombra that should have been.
But how would you have included that in the Crystal Empire?
Well,
Like,
maybe we could have Sombra at the edge of the shield, taunting Cadence, yelling, making it so that the Crystal Ponies can hear him, making
Or
them
maybe-
afraid.
You know, maybe his shadow could have like been whispering to Twilight when she was under the influence of the dark magic.
Yeah.
It's just something. Yeah.
Yeah,
They should
have
have at
him
least
do
given him more time
something
to
rather
talk.
than just sit there.
Hey. He was doing very well trying to take over the Crystal Empire by not talking. So give him credit.
You know what? This may piss off past, but I don't care. I'm going to say that King Sombra, from what I've seen, okay, in the past, and like with the show, I think he's the Darth Maul of the villains. That ass looks cool, but it's killed too easily.
Yeah.
I disagree. I'm just going to sum it up at that.
Yeah. It was interesting to see that Celestia's worst fear was something to come. Maybe, I don't understand how that worked. Because Luna was not Nightmare Moon, so maybe Celestia had context thinking that she was going to become Nightmare Moon.
Yeah, maybe. Yeah.
Yeah, that just kind of weird thing they did there. It was the animation was action scene, then a little bit of slow time, action scene, a little bit of slow time. At least that's what I noticed. And
slow, quick.
yeah, they could have kind of balanced that a bit better than what they did. But nothing's perfect. The twist with Nightmare Moon and slowly turning into her was that's a nice headcanon. I like that. But it could never fit into the show, or it could. We don't know.
We'll never know.
The world may never know. And I would have liked it if they expanded more upon how Luna won and how Sombra got trapped into the ice. And other than that, I don't really have anything to say about the animation.
All right, I guess that just leaves me then to wrap this all up. Okay. Is it weird that I never actually saw the trailer for this? I didn't know anything about this at all. This whole project from the 9 months when it started, I didn't know anything about it until they released a teaser. The recent teaser that, then a few days later it showed up. I didn't know anything about this until then. So I wasn't necessarily bought up into the hype at first. But then when it started, getting with the teaser and everything, and then leading up to the actual animation, that's when it caught my interest. Seeing this whole thing, I've watched it at least 5 or 6 times, trying to find something bad to say about it, because I was blown away the first time, and the second and the third. 4th, 5th, and 6th time, I was starting to notice the little problems, and then seeing Josh Scorcher's review on it, I can agree on some parts. It does feel a little bit. What?
That was kind of what he was. That's kind of what it was when he was reviewing. Kind of cat, just kind of catty.
I agree.
Shut up! Not a single smart ass comment from you, sir.
I wasn't even thinking anything. Anyway, I agree. It's a little bit melodramatic, but I think it balances out with the really well put together action. It flowed really well, seeing all the arcane magic and the spears and the scythes and the swords and the Final Fantasy stuff. I was half expecting to see a Final Fantasy attack menu come up or something. I had that music played in my head when they won, too. Even though I'm not that big of a Final Fantasy fan. The action and the grim setting, that's, I think, is my favorite part about all of this. It was really, really well put together. There's a bit of
Echo.
That's okay, whatever. It really balanced itself out. I agree. Poor Celestia didn't get a lot to do in this, but at least she got to do something. She fought decently until she got her ass kicked, but the whole main focus, I think, was on Luna and Sombra, and seeing Luna's transformation, wow, is all I can really say. It is a really great start to how somebody so good can slowly start to turn evil. It reminds me a lot of Star Wars Episode 3 with Anakin and Dooku, and with Anakin slowly turning evil throughout the whole thing, but it's at a slower pace here, and we all know what's going to happen, but it's nice to see the origins. I don't accept it as headcanon, I don't accept it as what should be, but it's a really good interpretation of it. King Sombra...
So then would you call this the episode 1 of MLP?
Man, really? Anyway. Oh, come on. Please tell me my call isn't derping now.
No, it's not.
No, we can hear you.
Okay. Okay, good. I was worried for a second there. Anyway. King Sombra. I've never been a fan of him. Until now. He actually got shit done. He had a lot of great powers. He had a great intimidating aura. He was a villain here. At least compared to what he did before. Not as much, but it's I guess it's really up to differences of interpretation.
Yep.
It was
Yep.
really cool to see him and all his powers do stuff. I almost thought he was god moding at some points. But, the definition of god modding is really different depending on which person you talk to.
Yeah.
The ending,
Besides, freaking villains are cheaters.
of course
He
they
would
are.
totally god mod.
The ending, it still has me a bit confused. I don't know whether or not, like, if Sombra was sealed in the ice or if...
Fuck, we lost Fox.
Ah,
God
Fox.
damn it. Oh well. He'll come back.
Oh,
He'll be back eventually.
come back, Fox. Really?
Wow. Anyway, I like the ending for this, even though it was a little bit confusing. Overall, this really was a great animation. It's one of my favorites. It's not
Yeah.
my ultimate favorite, but at least it's one of my favorites.
It's certainly. Oh,
Yeah.
He's.
Yeah, sorry about that. Skype crashed. Yeah.
It certainly has an originality factor, which I can really, really appreciate for. Basically, when I compare this to Children of the Night, that was an amazing fan animation. My only beef with it is that it isn't technically that original.
This is, though.
Yes, this is. So I can give that a big high five. Or
What's original?
The Fall of the Crystal Empire compared to Children of the Night. Children of the Night had
Sorry, how is Fall of the Crystal Empire more original?
We'll find out once you put your headset back in, because we can hear the static.
Is it back to that setup again? God damn it. Hang on.
That's okay.
Okay, how about now?
There we go.
Yeah, no, that's
Poor
fine.
Fox.
The reason I say that is, from what I've seen, a lot of like the stuff with Children of the Night was a complete reference to Hocus Pocus.
Okay.
Yeah, I know what he's getting at.
And I just feel like that kind of had maybe a bit of a more. It felt like it was more. It had kind of like half MOP, half Hocus Pocus feel to it. That's not bad. I'm just saying that isn't as original.
At least
because-
nobody's saying I put a spell on you or something like that.
The way I saw, what is it? Children of the Night. It was more of Luna bringing special hospitality to kids who are either poor or living in a miserable life, and she would do something in favor for them.
Which is far different from luring them away to steal their life force.
Yes.
Yeah, I find it funny, like, oh, is Luna gonna take them to eat them? Because that's what happened in the song.
I highly doubt that, because otherwise
Okay.
we wouldn't have that one pony remaining where she wrote that journal. Anyways, I'm talking too much.
Well, with that in mind, because I actually don't know much about Hocus Pocus, I'll
That's
take
not
back
what
that
we're
point.
talking about here anyway. We're talking
But yeah,
about
I'll
falling.
take back that point.
So,
Ladies and gentlemen, this is your group of professional reviewers and analysts.
I ain't professional.
anyway, overall consensus, what do we give this out of 10?
Out of
I
10?
give it a 9.
Wow, that's high.
I
Yes.
give it a spinning wheel out of 10. He's good.
Fox?
I would give it either a.
Airplanes.
I hear it.
Oh,
too.
I hear it this time.
Fucking damn it! Why?
The airplane wants to give his thoughts too.
Yeah, what did you think, Airplane?
Get the fuck out of here.
Anyways, I give this. If it's doable, I'd probably give it a 7.5 out of 10, or a 7 or 8.
For me, well, I thought I would be giving the highest rating, but I don't know if I can. I think I'd have to give it a 9. It did have some things that they could have done better, but overall, it pretty much was a success for me.
Well, I'll tell you this much: a 10 doesn't mean that anything is perfect. There's going to be
Oh.
flaws one way or another. So,
Right.
Yeah. I just don't feel like giving it a 10 unless with these flaws in mind. I feel like, meh. There's still more that they can do.
Yeah. I'm going to give it a 9 as well. So I think all of us are, well, pretty close to the top. We at least give it a good rating. So
What about Looney?
it's like, well,
You
Looney
ignored
gave
Looney.
it a spinning wheel.
A spinning
doesn't
wheel
mean
out of
it.
10.
I probably gave it the lowest rating in comparison.
yeah. But that's okay. So, yeah, that was our thoughts on Fall of the Crystal Empire. I think we all pretty much enjoyed it. And, yeah, if you haven't seen it, well, you probably should. If you haven't, then
Watch it.
watch it.
Do it. Do it now.
Actually,
Oh, God,
if you
I sounded
haven't
like Will.
watched it, question of why you haven't why are you watching this video if you haven't watched it?
And then we've stumped the whole audience. Good night, everybody.
Yep. Have a nice night.
Good night, everybody.
Night.